The 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Chicago Bulls at United Center. And guys, for the Bulls, they seem to be tapping into their full potential more and more as the season moves along. I think lately, we're seeing a more accurate picture of who this team really is than we saw in the early part of the season. And if you've been watching this team play lately, you know who they've been getting the big baskets from? Freak! He's been on a tear. How's he gotten so hot, Shaq?
Well, you know, he's letting the game come to him on the offensive end. He's not forcing the shot, but he's still being aggressive, and he always testing his defender. And he's, you know what, Ernie? He smells that barbecue chicken down there. You can't guard this man one-on-one. Well, lick your fingers. The barbecue chicken is hot and crispy.
You're making me hungry right now, but...
Crispy barbecue chicken?
Ooh, I just can't wait. You're making me hungry. Is it lunchtime?
Wow.
We got it some time. But, you know, he's not settling for any look either. This guy is very versatile. He'll take you inside, take you outside. He's the kind of player that seems like he's a step ahead, like mentally. Like he has this mental telepathy that goes on and goes. He knows what you're thinking before you think it, before the guy thought it was a thought.
Wow. It's like an extraordinary basketball IQ.
Yes.
Do you have a high basketball IQ, Shaq?
No, didn't need one, Ernie.
Why?
Because I had the ES.
What's that?
Elbow sandwiches.
Now I'm really hungry.
Elbow sandwiches,
Let's
right?
get it done.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, land of the free and the home of the
We're in the place they call the United Center in Chicago, the home of the Bulls, where today we'll be broadcasting live. We're all set to bring you NBA action. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Taking a look at Atlanta. What a story right now for these guys. Win after win. It's been a phenomenal stretch.
And they've done well in this matchup. I mean, 2-0 against them to this point, a win here, and they take the season series with a sweep in sight.
And as a result, I think they'll actually play with great freedom and confidence here tonight, Greg. They know what they can do against these guys. They've already done it. It's now just a matter of locking in and getting after it.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. The professor out there with Teague, and it's Ingles in at the 3 slot.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Here's Noah after the basket by Atlanta. Butler takes to Dinwiddie. Misses from close range. The Atlanta Hawks coming to this one after the win against New York.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
Here's Dinwiddie following the basket by Freak. Nice D from the professor. So it's Atlanta now. To the wing on the left. Teague the pass to the professor. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. The professor's got his second bucket of the night. Bulls have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this run so far. Dinwiddie dishes to Powell. And Miles kicks to Butler. Tries from 10. The shot is off. Great D that time from Teague. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. What did you find out, DB?
We talked about the keys to this game, and he singled out Paul Millsap as a player they've simply got to be mindful of. Coach told me he's always been an energy guy, someone you have to locate and box out every possession. But he's developed his offensive game to the point where he's more than just a hustle guy. He's also a scoring threat now, and a guy we can't leave open. They'll be watching him, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Atlanta shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And, guys, those numbers represent a nice step up from what they were last year.
And he makes the first. Both free throws good from the professor.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throw. Beautiful to watch.
Here's Dinwiddie. Pass to Powell. Can they get it? That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
I don't know, maybe they're still working out the kinks on D because that clearly was a breakdown.
Pass to Horford. And he lays it straight in.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Bulls trail by 7. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Teague for 3. Powell pulls it in. For Chicago, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Dinwiddie passes to Powell. Butler in the corner. And they double up Butler. Dinwiddie kicks it to Noah. Shot clock at 5. And the pass to the professor. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. And they're on the 2K leaderboard of the teams that have been tormenting opponents defensively this month. The Hawks, number 1.
And they've just been on a defensive tear. I mean, allowing so few points. And really, I think it's the energy with which they've played.
Chicago trailing here. Floats one. Paul Millsap with the rebound.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Ingles passes to the professor. Atlanta again missing. The Bulls shooting a mere 25% from the floor in this first quarter. The shot by Butler, nobody around. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it will dictate how big a role a player has later on.
Feeds to Horford. And Teague has it in the corner. Butler with the steal. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Here's Schroeder. Kicks to O'Quinn. Passes it to the professor. And there's a minute 45 left in the first quarter of the game. And the jam by Gerald Henderson.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
He's fortunate that shot found the bottom of the bucket. It wasn't the highest quality look.
Pass to the professor. Plenty of space. They get it back. O'Quinn, and he gets the bucket. O'Quinn's got his first basket of the night.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Now here's Zeller. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee.
A gigantic game for him at the free throw line. He was an instigator, drawing a ton of contact and really just hunting for the whistle.
Here's Schroeder. Jimmy Butler making his last shot.
That happened.
Yeah.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. The Hawks leading by 3. Down low. Humphries dishes to Schroeder. Here's O'Quinn. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in him. And he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about the knees, my man. 'Cause he looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. The Hawks on top, leading by 5. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And before they get Joakim Noah talked about the intensity of this Chicago Bulls team.
I feel like we're the hungriest team in the NBA. That's a great feeling to be.
You know, I think Joakim, the case, Clark, for Chicago, being that famished 5.
No doubting that, Kevin. I mean, even the addition of Gasol with his 2 rings, the way he left things in L.A., that left him with an appetite that has him still hustling.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start.
My bad.
And for the Hawks, guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
You know, it's been a great display of team basketball here thus far.
5 guys, 5 fingers working as one. Just beautiful team basketball on display for these guys.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so in the game for the Hawks, a professor in a 2-guard. Paul Millsap out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then it's Henderson. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Knicks, boy, was he tremendous. He ended up with 50 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. Numbers like that are rare to see by any player in a game he'll always remember.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing.
And, you know, I'll be interested to see how much he's got left in the tank. I mean, that performance had to take a lot out of him.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes supreme confidence can increase your stamina and endurance. So I'll be interested to see how that affects his play.
Al Horford's checked in for Atlanta. Teague comes in for Dennis Schroeder. That one is no good. The Hawks leading by 5. Here's Henderson. The quick look, no good that time. Well, the Bulls shooting 43% for the game. Dinwiddie kicks to Henson. Pass to Dinwiddie. Henson with the screen. The pass to Dinwiddie. Clock at 6. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And he gets the bucket. Zeller's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Bulls. Hawks shooting 69%, showing you what a well-oiled offense looks like tonight. And that one's good. Millsap.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Here's Cannon. T covering. Cannon, the pass to Zeller. And it's sent back by Horford. The Hawks leading to the left side wing. Here's the professor. Here's Millsap. And Henson sends it back. Here's Cannon. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And it's sent back by Horford. Here's the professor. Rebound by the Bulls. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And no one expected them to win that game per se, but no excuse for the way that one ended up.
You know, it perhaps could serve as a rallying point for him, Greg. I mean, sometimes after a big loss like that, it can be a catalyst or a wake-up call for the locker room.
And a good time here to go over our 2K leaderboard and see which point guards have had the hottest hand at the free throw line over the last 10 games. Fifth on the list, Freak.
He's been a model of as dependable up there as he is on the floor at any given moment.
Yeah, you know, he runs their offense with tremendous poise, and he brings that same composure with him to the line every time he steps up there.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Noah comes in for Cody Zeller, and it's Powell in for Portis. Outside Millsap. And Teague, here we go. And he uses the glass on the layup. Teague's got his first points in this one.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Cannon dishes to Noah. The feed to Cannon. He kicks it to Powell. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Noah the screen. Here's Cannon, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Dishes it to Powell. Here's Dinwiddie. No good. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Feeds it to Ingles. Passes to the professor. And Henson pulls it down. Bulls trail by 4. Cannon kicks it to Noah. The dish to Henson. 7-foot shot. And it's Jeff Teague with the rebound. Teague's got his third rebound tonight. Pass to the professor. This one for 3. The rebound by Noah.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Here's Dinwiddie. Noah the screen. Shot off the pick. And that one comes up a bit short.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game. He seems to have just lost his touch. Only 1 for his first 5 here in the quarter.
Timeout for the Bulls.
Kevin, let's look at where the Hawks stand in the NBA rankings right now. First in shooting percentage, first in three-point field goal percentage, and they're also number 1 in free throw shooting. Gives itself and its coaching staff a lot of confidence.
You said it all right there. The hottest shooting team in the league. And that tells you not only are they shooting it well, but they're also focused on creating terrific opportunities for one another.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Miles is checked in, and it's Jimmy Butler coming in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And there's the pass to the professor. He dishes it to Schroeder. Picked by Humphries. Down low, poked loose. Here's Cannon. 1:19 left now here in the second. And Butler, here we go. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
O'Quinn, the pass to the professor. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
It will go down, and the Hawks' lead is cut down to just 3 on the basket from Noah.
Really nice work inside there. He'll always give you a battle on the interior, guys.
Here's Schroeder. Here's Humphries. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Outside Butler, from past the arc. Rebound by the Hawks.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Schroeder passes to the professor. He feeds it to Schroeder. Kicks it to O'Quinn. Shoots from 12. Again, the Hawks score.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Three-pointer, Butler. That's good. Butler's got 7 points for the quarter. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Hawks lead by 4. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
They've got Jimmy Butler. Noah is out there with Powell. And it's Miles in at the 3. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. And it's Butler missing.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Bulls trail by 4. Here's Dinwiddie. Pass to Butler. Noah with a screen for Butler. Got it. Good job in the low post. Butler's got the first points of the second half here for the Bulls.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Back to Millsap. He kicks it to Horford. Pulls up on the wing, and the jumper falls for him. Horford's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Open shot. Butler rebounded by the Hawks. Millsap's got his 5th rebound in this one. Knocked away. Stolen by Miles. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. The Hawks leading by 4. Passes it to the professor. The feed now to Horford. Teague with a clean look. Drills it from outside. Teague's got 5.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Three-pointer, Butler missing again.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
Picked by Horford. Teague dishes to Millsap. To the paint. Got it. Nice one there from the professor. And now a 9-point Atlanta lead.
And really, this is the time to push it. Try to extend that lead.
I agree with you. I mean, anytime you can push things forward.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which equal to transition points. Make the defense move, and let's pass up a good shot for a great shot. Let the game come to you. We're forcing the issue too much.
Some changes for Chicago. Cody Zeller comes in for Joakim Noah. And it's Portis in for Powell. There's 49 seconds left to play in the third. Dishes to O'Quinn. Outside Millsap. And O'Quinn kicks to Millsap. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Come on, y'all. You need better looks than that.
Here's Portis. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Portis has got it back down to within single digits for Chicago. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The professor passes to Humphries. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
Yeah, not a very inspired performance for them, particularly when they were defending. They just gave that hostile crowd plenty to cheer for.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jump shots, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was through the roof. You can't win if your defense isn't better than that.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. The Hawks on top. They're up by 6. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. On the court for Atlanta, the professor in at shooting guard. Paul Millsap out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Ingles in at the 3 spot. The steal. Here's the professor. Chicago grabs the miss. Noah's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Noah the screen. Dinwiddie dishes to Powell, and he gets it to go. Powell's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Chicago. Atlanta leading by 4. They double him with Noah. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Bulls making a switch here. Zeller's checked in. Atlanta also making some changes here. Al Horford, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Teague in for Dennis Schroeder. And they double up Butler. Powell kicks to Miles. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. Hawks ball. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Atlanta's shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. Here's Horford, and he gets the bucket. And the Hawks lead by 6.
That's some grit and determination in the post. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. This is the time to attack on the interior and convert those easy opportunities.
Dinwiddie. Paul Millsap with the rebound. Millsap's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Pass to the professor. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. And he uses the glass on the layup. And now it's an 8-point Hawks lead.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Dinwiddie passes to Zeller. Knocked loose. Here's Ingles. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I was able to listen in on what Chicago's coach was going over with his team. He told his players, guys, we're letting opportunities slip away in transition. Let's push it up the floor, look to score some points in early offense. Kevin, can they pick up the tempo?
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Atlanta.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
I've been impressed with how well they've penetrated tonight, too.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. The Hawks leading by 9. Here's the professor. Bangs home the trifecta. The professor's got 22 points.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
And good on the basket. Book it.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
No telling how much larger the lead would be if it wasn't for his shooting. I mean, come on, this guy's kept them in it.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Dinwiddie with the rebound.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Miles, that's good.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Feeds it to Horford. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the board.
Yeah, you know, but down the stretch here, guys, they'll summon that extra effort to try and get it done, I think.
Picked his pocket. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Millsap kicks to T. And there's the pass to the professor. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. There's the dish to Butler. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Clark, they can burn some clock if they want to.
Yeah, and maybe buy a little oxygen while they're doing it.
Millsap a screen on Butler. Here's the professor. That's good. And so Teague with the assist. 24 points for Freak.
Well, I like how Paul Millsap used his body to get into the defender there.
.152 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
Just absolute domination in this one for Butler. 25 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of 3-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within single digits. And so Butler nails both of them.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here. in the second despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
T gets to Millsap. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And finished off by Horford.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which equal to transition points. Make the defense move, and let's pass up a good shot for a great shot. Let the game come to you. Forcing the issue too much.
He's checked in for Cody Zeller. Kicks to Powell. He dishes it to Noah. And Butler, here we go. Paul Millsap with the rebound.
Yeah, it's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
Yeah, and they've simply shown more aggressiveness, guys. More desire to secure the ball. They're getting on the roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
And again, Chicago, no good. Atlanta leading by 12.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Hawks.
And Clark, we got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Well, basket after basket, they were in attack mode all game long.
And in what's been a solid season, to say the least, tonight's game will push their win total now up to 53.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And this isn't one of those mini-series either. I mean, this is a 4-gamer. As hard as it is to beat a team 3 times in a row, it's even harder to do it 4 straight.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for the professor. You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
And Atlanta will go for a different look here. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort.
Well, Gerald, this team seemed intent on winning and setting the pace of this game from early on. Was that a primary focus to dictate tempo?
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now. Freak. He had just an outstanding fourth-quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
I know Freak's going to have a lot of people back home in Harlem extremely proud of the way he played tonight. And they should be proud of him because his play was genius. Just a textbook example of how to gain a mental edge and continue to exploit.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening.
You're always going to have people who that you're really good at what you do, you know, and that's probably more so because they haven't figured out how to be good at what they know or don't even know how to do, you know. So, you know, that's just what it is. You know, every level you reach, you're going to come against obstacles. And you have to combat those obstacles in order to move forward. It's almost like you're playing a video game. You know what I mean? And then the prize is your sanity. Word.
Come on with it.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Detroit Pistons out at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Last game for the Pistons, they picked up the W against Brooklyn. A terrific underdog win in that last game. They're feeling good, looking to keep it up tonight. And before we tip off, I just need to ask Shaq, when you think back to great teammates, what are the qualities that make a great teammate?
Well, you want to play with guys who care as much about the game as you do, a guy who puts the team first, a guy who gets you involved, a guy who has the same dreams and aspirations that you have about the game.
Well, that name sounds like Kobe Bryant to me that you were talking about, but I always look for guys who could push me. And I could push them at the same time, where we could work together. It's a family, the basketball team. You playing for 82 games. You need somebody that's going to be in your corner.
Wouldn't you like to push Kenny?
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast from suburban Detroit. We're live at the Palace of Auburn Hills. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Take a look at the Hawks. These guys are hot, no doubt about it, continuing to put up win after win.
And coming off their championship last season, that success, I believe, carried right over into this one. They played at a high level all year long and stand poised to make another run at the title.
Certainly looks that way, Greg. Some teams go through a little bit of a malaise or a hangover after the championship. Not these guys. They've had a terrific year.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. The Professor out there with Teague, and it's Ingles in at the 3 spot. The shot's good from the Professor.
And they get the first bucket of the game on that one.
I tell you what, fellas, I'm anticipating a good one here.
Jackson dishes to Leonard. He feeds it to Johnson. Passes it to Drummond. Millsap with the steal. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks.
And that's how you take the steal and turn it into a transition opportunity.
I think that's the perfect time to do it, Greg. Those few seconds after the turnover, strike right away because the defense has no chance to get organized.
For the Detroit Pistons, they won their last contest, that game against the Brooklyn Nets.
A lot of firepower coming off the bench in that game really allowed them to escape with victory.
I thought the bench was the X factor for them. You can't rely on that kind of scoring coming from the reserves every game. But when it shows up, it's a nice weapon.
Good.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
On defense, the Pistons. The feed to Horford. The Hawks working the ball around to the paint. And that one's good. Millsap. Millsap's got his first 2 points of the night.
Talk about a great start. 3 of 3 from the field to get the game going. They're cooking with gas, folks.
Jackson kicks to Drummond. There's the dish to Johnson. Back to Drummond. Shot clock at 5. Unloads from 9. And he gets the jumper to drop. Drummond's got his second basket.
He can be a matchup nightmare if he can get it in the paint.
Dishes it to Horford. The pass to the professor. Feeds it to Horford. Fires for 3. And it's Teague. That time on the assist by Horford. Teague's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Outside Jackson. Johnson up top takes a 3, and that one's good.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here.
Here's the professor. He had 28 points in the win against the Bulls in Chicago, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Right side Teague. And he goes in for the dunk.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Leonard, no luck.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Pass to the professor. 3-pointer. That's good. And so Teague with the assist. And that's now 11 points for Freak.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. The Atlanta Hawks coming to this one after the win against the Bulls in Chicago.
And, guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And most impressive when you do it on the road like that. They just kept coming at him wave after wave, and it really kept the crowd on mute in that one.
Now here's Jackson. Jeff Teague unable to get his shot to go. To stop the run. Oh!
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons dancers.
So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Here's a Teletovic is checked in for Leonard. Harris is checked in for Caldwell Pope. And Sessions subbed in for Jackson. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Horford. Humphreys comes in for Paul Millsap. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Teague. The shot's good from the professor.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
Now, here is Morris. An 11-point game for him in the win against Brooklyn. Now, here's Sessions. Drummond with it. And Detroit again with the bucket. There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter. To the left side wing. Kicks it to Humphreys. Pass to the professor. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. The Professor's got 15 points.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated, in stride.
Now here's Sessions. He's guarded by Schroeder. Shoots from 14. No luck. The Hawks leading by 9. The Professor passes to Humphries. Here's the Professor. No one near him. It's Drummond with the rebound.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And the Pistons making a change here. Detroit shooting their first free throw tonight.
And 72% on the year. I'm sure they'd like to improve that category.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement, so that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Hawks lead by 7. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Hawks.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Atlanta, the Professor in a shooting guard. Chris Humphries is out there with Kyle O'Quinn, Kenneth Henderson.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
The Hawks shooting their first free throws of this game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And they've increased their percentage quite a bit since last season, guys.
And he knocks down the first one.
When you're hot, you're hot, and that's certainly been the case for the Professor. He's got 16 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Caldwell Pope comes in for Gary Harris, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Sessions. Good on both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Pistons trail by 9. Jackson kicks to Johnson. The second chance effort, he lays it in. Johnson's got 5 points so far.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bulls was simply terrific. He finished with 28 points and flashed his range a few times in the process. A performance like this is what we've come to expect during this great run of his. Will we get another one tonight, guys?
All right, Doris, thank you. It really was a stunning performance. He was at his absolute best in that game.
And if he can come anywhere close to another performance like that here tonight, it would be amazing.
Yeah, it really would be, because you know now the defense is going to be focused squarely on him. They're going to make sure that he doesn't beat him again.
He kicks to Schroeder. Picked by Horford. Schroeder passes to the Professor. Can't make good off the screen.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Morris a screen. Here's Caldwell Pope. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Caldwell Pope's got his second basket of the night.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
A different look here for Detroit. Andre Drummond's checked in for Mozgov. And it's Leonard in for Marcus Morris. And then for Atlanta, Joe Ingles comes in for Gerald Henderson. And it's Teague in for Dennis Schroeder. And that one misses. Pistons trail by 6. Outside Jackson. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Drummond a screen. Caldwell Pope dishes to Drummond. Misses off the right iron.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one. And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Caldwell Pope's got 7 now in this quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And the rejection by Leonard. Outside Jackson. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Nobody near Leonard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 6 assists in the game. Now the feed to Ingles. Millsap passes to the professor. He dishes it to Horford. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Out left to the wing. Here's the professor. Detroit with the rebound. Drummond's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier. That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Different look here for Detroit. Here's Teletovic is checked in for Johnson. Gary Harris comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Sessions subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Atlanta also making some changes here. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Horford. Humphreys comes in for Paul Millsap. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. The Hawks on top. They're up by 2. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, listen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Jackson and Caldwell-Pope, the guards. Johnson is out there with Myers-Leonard, and it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Stan Van Gundy. Leonard sets a screen for Jackson to tie, and Leonard with the lay-in. Leonard's got it all tied up now for the Pistons.
And the road back into this game wasn't a short one, but they've managed to make it all the way back and tie this thing up.
And, Greg, I've got to admit to you, I mean, I did not think they were going to get all the way back. I thought they were done. They've shown some serious resilience and character to battle this far back.
Atlanta's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Horford. And it comes off the front of the rim.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
For the lead, rejected by Millsap. Pass break here. Here come the Hawks. Ingles can't get it to go.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
There's the dish to Jackson. To the left side wing. Johnson outside. On the wing, Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Drummond missing.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Outside Teague. Here's Millsap. That's good. And so Teague with the assist. Teague's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now Jackson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Caldwell Pope. Teague covering. Caldwell Pope kicks to Drummond. And it's sent back by Horford.
Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
Teague left side. To the inside. The Professor. The later we get in the season, the hotter these teams have gotten. Your shooting leader since the All-Star break in the NBA. The Hawks, number 1.
Kevin, all shooters need to have good legs. Part 2 of the season has given these guys fresh legs.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from the Professor. Pistons trail by 4. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Johnson in the corner. All alone. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 8th assist in the game.
Here to see the numbers for Reggie Jackson. He's one of the standouts. Point field goal percentage, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And, you know, his floor awareness, undeniable. You know, as you pointed out, he's great at drawing the defense and then making the perfect pass in stride.
The Hawks have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Caldwell Pope. Teague covering. And here's Jackson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. He feeds it to Drummond. They get it back. Count it, and the foul. That one on Horford.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
Gary Harris is checked in for Detroit. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Joe Ingles.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
The shot's good from the Professor.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
Pistons trail by 3. Here's Jackson. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Atlanta's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. The offensive rebound. And the pass to Henderson. Here's the Professor. No good on the 3. The Pistons have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Here's Leonard. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Leonard's got 9. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. The Professor passes to Millsap. The Hawks working the ball around.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
The drive by Jackson. Henderson pulls it in. The Hawks leading by 3. Pass to the Professor. Knocks it loose and stolen by Drummond. An even 3-on-3 break. Shot from 16, and Jackson with the basket on the assist by Johnson.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
The Professor passes to Horford. 1:16 left here in the third quarter.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Pistons trail by 3. Now here's Jackson. And the shot falls short this time.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Shot's good from the Professor.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Outside Jackson. Dishes it to Harris. Feeds it to Drummond. From the baseline. No good. And Atlanta will come the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Wasted no time on that one. 34 points for Freak.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
There's the pick. And it's Harris off the drive. No luck. Good work defensively by Horford.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions yet.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Hawks lead by 7. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. And so it's Detroit with the ball. They trail by 7. On the court for Atlanta, the Professor in a 2-guard. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Humphries. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Ingles in at the small forward. And he gets the bucket. Mozgov's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Detroit. Atlanta's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Kicks it to Ingles. To the paint. Here's the Professor. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Morris a screen. Here's Caldwell Pope. Misfires after coming off the pick. Atlanta leading by 7. And there it is again. Nice make there from the Professor. The Professor's got 38 points. Detroit's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Now here's Sessions. He's guarded closely. Picked by Mozgov. Shot clock at 6. And Sessions kicks to Toledovich. Beyond the arc. Rebound by the Hawks. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Here's the Professor. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Picked by Mozgov. Off the pick. That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Sessions.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Donald Sloan's checked in for the Hawks. Atlanta leading by 7. Humphreys with a screen on Sessions. Here's Schroeder, and he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Picked by Mozgov. Pass to Teletovic. To the wing on the left. Sessions with it. Fires the three. Ingles with the rebound.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Pistons trail by 9. Teletovic dishes to Mozgov. Sessions passes to Caldwell Pope, and there's the 3-second violation. Drummond's checked in for Detroit. Johnson comes in for Mirza Teletovic. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Millsap's checked in. The Hawks leading by 9. Schroeder kicks to Sloan. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Here's the screen. Here's Millsap. O'Quinn trying to free himself up. Good work defensively by Morris. For Detroit, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Caldwell Pope wishes to Johnson. Now here's Sessions. O'Quinn defending. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Sessions doing a nice job that time.
Now here's Schroeder. Guarded closely. Millsap a screen.
It's sticking too much.
Here's Ingles. A different look here for Detroit. Mozgov. He's checked in for Johnson. Gary Harris comes in for Caldwell Pope. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Sessions. And then for Atlanta, Al Horford's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Teague comes in for Donald Sloan. And the Professor subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Here's the Professor. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Hawks.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
So for the Pistons, Myers Leonard comes in for Mozgov, and it's Johnson in for Morris. Both free throws good from the Professor.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
It will go down, and the Hawks' lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Leonard. There's 57 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Here's the Professor. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. The Professor's got 42 in the game.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
No luck. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal.
No question about it. That would be all she wrote.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Teague.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
And a different look here for the Pistons. Mozgov, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Myers Leonard. Morris is checked in for Johnson. And Sessions subbed in for Jackson. Atlanta also making some changes here. Chris Humphreys has checked in for Millsap. Henderson comes in for Joe Ingles. And Donald Sloan subbed in for the Professor. Humphreys with a screen on Harris. Back to Horford. T kicks to Henderson. The 3. And he gets it to go.
that one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Boy, I love the serious killer instinct they've shown, finishing strong.
And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Al, certainly a great team effort. What were the biggest factors in how this team came together for the win?
Just taking good shots on offense, trying to
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports.
All right, fellas, let's change it up for a bit. How many threes can you make in a minute? Freak, start it up. All right, guys, bring it in. We're going to shift to some late game situational drills now. We need to do a better job of closing teams out late. Coaches, set it up.
Henderson, Henderson, Henderson.
I got shooter. Here we go. We're going to push it on the miss. We're going to push it on the miss.
Nice work, nice work. Let's get some more shots up before we get out of here.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Atlanta Hawks. Well, for Atlanta, they must be satisfied with the way things have gone for them over the first few months. They've played with confidence and composure and have won more than their share of games. Oh, and what a treat tonight. A battle royal between two powerhouses. This is the kind of marquee matchup that always seems to get the fans excited. Shaq, what are we in for tonight?
You know what, Ernie? When you're a great team, you want to establish your dominance over other great teams. This makes the matchup competitive. I want to see some elbows thrown, some flagrant fouls, some trash talking. I want to see all
Why
that,
don't we
Ernie.
see good, clean, competitive basketball?
I want to see some people get beat up tonight.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, what happens tonight will set the tone for future battles if that's going to happen.
And that about does it. We send it to Kevin Hart.
Live from Orlando, 2K Sports proudly brings you the Magic at Amway Center. It's the end of a string of away games for the Hawks as they look forward to returning home after this one. What a story right now for these guys. Win after win. It's been a phenomenal stretch.
And coming off their championship last season, that success, I believe, carries right over into this one. They played at a high level all year long and stand poised to make another run at the title.
Certainly looks that way, Greg. I mean, some teams go through a little bit of a malaise or a hangover after a championship. Not these guys. They've had a terrific year.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for Atlanta, Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. The professor out there with Teague, and it's Ingles in at the three.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Hawks passing it around. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
The Hawks shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
One shot.
That's good from the professor. Atlanta on D. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from three.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. Shoot like that from outside really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
Millsap kicks the tee. Pass to the professor.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Oladipo misses.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Poked away. Here's the professor. Sinks the triple. The professor's got 8 points.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Thank you, Kevin. The Magic head coach and I had a chance to talk just for a bit. He talked about the impact that Al Horford can have on a game and how they'll have their work cut out for them dealing with him. He said Horford's just a complete ball player. He does all the things you want from a big man. He can shoot, handle, and pass. He's It's always a tough matchup, but it starts with matching his energy level. Kevin, we'll see if they have what it takes.
And thank you for that, Doris. And so it's Atlanta with it. Victor Oladipo unable to get his last shot to go. And so he draws the foul on the shot and a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, a good one here for the professor. He's already got 8 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. Both free throws good from the professor.
He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. A wide open look here for Oladipo. And he's good on the 3-ball. Oladipo's got his first 3 points of the game. For the Orlando Magic, they come in off a good outing against Cleveland.
Well, listen, they own the boards at both ends of the floor in that game, and that's what won it for them. Those extra possessions were invaluable.
Well, Greg, I think coming into the game, that's where they thought they had an advantage, and they did a great job exploiting it.
Now, here's Oladipo, following the miss by Freak. Here's Vucevic, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Vucevic has got his second bucket. The Hawks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Pass to Horford. And Teague has it in the corner. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard with a rundown of the league's best rebounding teams since the All-Star break. Number 1, the Magic.
Well, they've gotten a fresh start since that break, Kevin. They're like a new team when it comes to rebounding the ball. They've gotten charged up and revved up to rebound.
Now here's Payne. Not a lot of room. Over to the wing. Madsen. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Yeah, poor job defensively, giving him such a clear look at the basket from 3-point range.
Here's the professor, coming off a stellar performance against Detroit.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Some firepower, Clark, from his offense.
Yeah, Kevin, how about the air of confidence? I mean, they really look like they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Now here's Teague. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And that one's good. The professor's got a couple of threes now in the first for Atlanta.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Fans, get ready for your Magic Dancers.
I had a chance to look at the numbers for Nikola Vucevic. The past month has been surreal, averaging 15, just over 2 blocks. And his defensive presence inside, not to be overlooked. He builds a wall around the basket.
You know, over this last whole stretch of games, I mean, he's been shutting down the lane with absolute authority.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Here's Pekovic. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Now here's Henderson. The pass to the professor. Another 3 for Atlanta.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
For Orlando, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Payton outside. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. For Atlanta, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Here's the professor. That 3 off the mark. Orlando's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Three-pointer, Dellavedova, and it's good. Dellavedova's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Hawks trailing. Here's the professor. He's got 16. There's the triple. Can't hit. Orlando's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Fournier for 3. The shot is off. Here's the professor. Fires from deep. Good on the shot. The professor's got 19 points.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Hawks ahead, up by 2. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And a chance now to hear from Paul Millsap talking about the confidence of his team. Greg, it's got to be more than just attitude, right? I mean, ultimately, don't you have to have guys step up and produce in some cases or even overproduce?
You do, but really it is about attitude and confidence. I mean, those are the 2 elements that if you bring to the table, you really will have a chance to beat anyone. And so don't discount that attitude when you're on a roll. They call it getting your swag on today. Back in the day, it was called having your mojo working. So same thing, and you can ride that for quite a ways.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter is about ready to get underway. And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Atlanta.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms of their ball movement has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
On the court right now for the Hawks, the professor, he's in at shooting guard. Kyle Quinn out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Henderson in at the 3, the small forward. The Hawks making a switch here. Horford's checked in. Second free throw, no good. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pistons had a huge game. He finished with 42 points and was in the zone as a shooter, lighting it up from both the foul line and the field. What a show it was as he put up some really amazing numbers when it was all said and done. Even we marveled at his performance, Kevin.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes those hot streaks can last for days, and I'm sure they'll be feeding him the basketball, hoping he's still got that mojo working.
Well, they ought to. I mean, when you've got a thoroughbred like him, I think you've got to ride him for as long as he'll carry you.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one on Horford.
2 shots, foul, 2.
The Magic have missed both free throws they've attempted tonight. The free throw drops for Gordon. Madsen, he's checked in for Orlando. Victor Oladipo comes in for Fournier. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Gerald Henderson.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the strike, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Oladipo misses. The Hawks leading by 5. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Donald Sloan's checked in for Atlanta. On the floor for Orlando. 59 seconds left in the first half of basketball. The Professor passes to Henderson. Here's the Professor. Atlanta again missing.
Well, after that great first quarter from outside, he's cooled down here.
Got a piece of it, but they recover it. Payton kicks to Fournier. Right side Hill goes back up, and he nails the jumper. And the Magic lead by 7.
Well, they've really cranked up the intensity, tracking down those loose caroms, stacking up second chance buckets in big piles.
Yeah, and those hustle points are just another reason they're in control. The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Payton kicks to Fournier. It's rebounded by the Professor.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Here's the 3. Can't get it to go.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Magic lead by 7. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
You guys had the lead after the first, but now find yourselves behind. What's the mindset of this team heading into the break?
I think we're still upbeat. We would like to have a stronger second quarter, but we know there's a lot of game left. Hopefully we can get back to how we started the game. That's all I got.
Kevin, back to you.
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. Second half beginning in just a moment. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
Gordon and Vucevic together in the post. Oladipo is out there with Payne, and it's Madsen in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Now here's Payne. He's guarded closely. Kicks it to Vucevic. Millsap grabs the miss. The Hawks trail by 5. Elbow shot is on the way. And again, another basket good from the Professor. The Professor's got 25 points. Now here's Payne. He's guarded closely. Here's Vucevic. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. For Orlando, they have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line.
Nikola Vucevic.
The free throw drops for Vucevic. And both free throws good for Vucevic. The Hawks trail by 5. Outside Millsap. Here's the Professor, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Some hang time on that rim, puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out. And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Now the dish to Ingles, uncovered in Atlanta again with the bucket.
That would be 4 in a row for him now as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
Fans, get ready to go. Magic Johnson.
Let's take a moment now to check out the top scorers around the league. Freak number 1.
You know what, Kevin? Leading the league in scoring is giving it his best, and the effort is definitely paying off.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Here's Payne. The rebound by the Professor. The Professor's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Teague. A steal. And here's Payne. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. The Magic again can't hit.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
The Professor passes to Millsap. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Dishes it to Gordon. Drilled from 11 feet out. Gordon's got 6.
Fans, get ready to go. Magic Johnson.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for Oladipo. He's around 10 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
And guys, they're finally getting the consistency they wanted to see from him. Look for that to continue.
And Orlando making a change here. Thomas is checked in. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Payne gets a wide open look, and it's off from 3-point range.
No other way to put it, just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack. Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Oladipo against T. Up top, Oladipo. 6 points for him. Clock at 6. Gordon kicks to Oladipo. Pulls up. That one off the back iron and out.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Ingles kicks to Horford. Picked by Horford. Right wing. It's deflected. For the lead. And he hits it from deep. 3 points there from the Professor. The Professor's got 11 points in the quarter. Orlando trailing here. Payne with it. The baseline J. It's rebounded by T.
Well, that's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
From outside the arc, free ball falls through. Another from the Professor. And now a 4-point Hawks lead. Orlando, they've gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Good chance here for Payne. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Payne's got 6. Atlanta's gone 7 of 15 from 3-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Horford dishes to T. Payne grabs the board.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
There's 1:17 left here in the third quarter. Millsap against Oladipo. Here's Gordon. Comes up empty off the pick.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Here's the professor. He has 35. Can't hit. Nice D from Oladipo.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Here's the professor. The feed to Horford. The Hawks working the ball around. Here's the professor. He dishes it to Horford. He kicks to T. Pass to the professor. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. 37 points for Freak.
You know, their field goal percentage is creeping up toward that 50% mark, which is a nice change from the first half.
And with their offense clicking and the score in their favor, they've got all the momentum right.
Payne passes to Vucevic. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And at 78%, he's been a consistent shooter at the line for them all season long.
And both free throws good for Vucevic. 5 seconds left to play here in the third. Launches a 3 and released it in time, but it's off the mark. It's all tied in Orlando. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Orlando's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. On the court for Atlanta, a professor in its shooting guard. Chris Humphries is out there with Henderson. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle sticks for the Magic?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
Lock at 6. Your passes to the professor. And off the front iron, and in it goes. The professor's got 39.
And I'm sensing something special going on here tonight.
It certainly does have the feeling of a classic, Greg. Let's see which team is better equipped to handle the pressure.
The shot's good from Fournier.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively.
Madsen, he's checked in for Matthew Dalton.
Entering for your Magic, John Madsen.
The Hawks trail by 3. And it's Schroeder in the corner. There's the pass to the professor. Connects from three-point range. The professor's got 42 in the game.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
Payton outside. Outside Hill. For 3, Fournier. Out to Payton. Feeds it to Fournier. From past the arc. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 3 assists in the game. Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes them tough to defend.
Clark, what you know about Sade? Smooth operator. But I agree with you. I think we're all seeing that right now.
Yes, indeed.
He feeds it to Fournier. Off target from outside. The Hawks trail by 3. Pass to the professor. Pass to Henderson. Picked by Humphries. Here's the professor. It's deflected. All sorts of time. No good off the front iron. The Hawks have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Humphries, the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Orlando. Then for the Hawks, Al Horford's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Millsap comes in for Chris Humphries. And it's Teague in for Dennis Schroeder. Millsap a screen on Payton. Teague drives in. Henderson, no one around him to take the lead. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. For the Magic, Vucevic, he's checked in for Hill. Oladipo comes in for Fournier. And it's Payne in for Payton. And a change for the Hawks. Ingles is checked in. Now, here's Oladipo. Picked by Vucevic. And Oladipo kicks to Gordon. Fires the 3. Millsap grabs the miss. Millsap's got 5 rebounds tonight. The professor passes to Millsap. Kicks it to Horford. Unloads from 13. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And the Hawks lead by 3. For Orlando, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Picked by Vucevic. Oladipo outside. A 3-pointer off the mark. The Hawks leading by 3. Millsap kicks to Horford. There's the professor. Good on the triple. The professor's got 45 points.
And the execution has just been off defensively here in the second. Play after play, it's almost as if they're a step slow.
Let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, over that break, I listened in on what head coach for the Magic was getting across in the huddle. He told his players, guys, we're letting opportunities slip away in transition. Let's push it up the floor, look to score some points in early offense. Kevin, can they pick up the tempo?
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time.
You know, that turnover right there isn't typical of the performance he's turned in today. In fact, that's his only turnover of the game. He's done a really good job taking care of the ball. Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Yeah, the D, though, just enough to bother the rhythm on that one, Clark.
And Oladipo kicks to Vucevic to stop the run. Good as the jump shot falls. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter. Ingles passes to the professor. There's the dish to Horford. It's stolen by Vucevic. Now Payne. To the left wing. They set the pick. Puts up the baby hook. It's tipped. The Hawks leading by 4. Pass to the professor. Outside Teague. Horford with the screen on Oladipo. Used the screen and took it all the way.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's in! And now they trail by just 4.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
Here's the professor. This is the Millsap. Rebounded by Vucevic.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
The pass to Manson. A 3-ball. Horford with the rebound. And an intentional foul right there. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Free throws go down and the lead goes up.
You other guys, as soon as the shot goes up, crash the glass.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Oladipo misses, and so they choose to intentionally foul. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Now the feed to Dellavedova. Shoots the 3. Knocks down the 3.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Orlando, Gerald Henderson.
All right, now,
take a break.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. And here's Payne. Oladipo for 3. Misses the shot. And so it's the Hawks who come.